Hello everyone.
Hare Krishna.
No, don't adjust your screen.
Don't do that, please.
The boat starts rocking.
Yeah.
So we're just out on a boat.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Like you do.
Like you do for reading Bhagavatam. The adventures we go through just to get a good reading and entice all of our watchers and viewers.
Wonderful viewers. Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
To hear the Srimad Bhagavatam, to make you want to tune in, where will they be next, is comparable to the amount of incarnations and manifestations Krishna has in order to attract the jivas back to him. Of course, we're not comparing ourselves to Krishna.
Right.
But we are reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, and we are out on, where are we?
Rutland Waters.
Rutland Water.
Anyone know Rutland Waters? Please let us know in the comments below.
Yeah. It's near to the...
Or let them,
Okay, we'll let you figure
It's in England.
It's in England? Okay.
So it's Canto 3, Chapter 13, Text 7. Text 17. The appearance of Lord... No!
No, it's not. No.
Oh.
You get the wrong book?
No, I didn't. Do bear with us for a minute. It's just someone likes to put lots of markers in the... No, yeah, right.
Yeah, she's the only one that uses the book. She's the only one that puts the markers in the book, but someone likes to do it. My brother comes with this nice little marker here.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Right, text 4. This present form expanded by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is equally auspicious for all the universes. Since you have manifested this eternal personal form upon whom your devotees meditate, I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Those who are destined to be dispatched to the path of hell neglect your personal form because of speculating on material topics. I'm just checking where we're going. Purport. Regarding the personal and impersonal features of the Supreme Absolute Truth, the personal forms exhibited by the Lord in his different plenary expansions are all for the benediction of all the universes. The personal form of the Lord is also worshipped in meditation as Supersoul Paramatma, but the impersonal Brahma Jyoti is not worshipped. Persons who are addicted to the impersonal feature of the Lord, whether in meditation or otherwise, are all pilgrims to hell. Sorry, because
There's a big difference between being a pilgrim and being a pilgrim to hell.
That's quite cool. All pilgrims to hell. It's got a good album title.
Or band. Anyway.
Yeah. Because as stated in Bhagavad Gita 12.5, impersonalists simply waste their time in mundane mental speculation because they are addicted more to false arguments than to reality. Therefore, the association of the impersonalists is condemned herewith by Brahma.
Any thoughts?
Yeah, just this must be very insulting for a personal form to be degraded, or is that the word, denigrated to it's just nothing, because it sounds so basic, obviously by the mercy of Prabhupada that we have this knowledge. I'm not saying that it's mine own understanding, that it's so basic that everyone, or what, every force has a form. Everything we see, even this boat wasn't just created, a form, a personal form created the boat. A personal form helped us onto the boat. A personal form told us don't drown. That was the advice he gave us before he left us. So everything, but yet that which is so much far more greater than us and vast, and which, to be fair, out of humility, if we accept I don't understand it, therefore I rubbish it and say there's no form. There is a form. In fact, the fact that the rain looks like it's going to come, there's a form behind that. There's a rain god, and he needs to stop while we're reading anyway.
Okay, next paragraph. That was a very, very powerful statement, purport. All the plenary expansions of the personality of Godhead are equally potent, as confirmed in Brahma Samhita 546. Dipachireva hidashantaram abhyupetya dipayete vivrita hetu samana dharma yastadregeva hicha vishnutaya vibhati govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. I've been enjoying.
Sorry, I was meditating on the form of the Lord.
Okay. And the Lord expands himself as the flames of a fire expand one after another. Although the original flame, or Sri Krishna, is accepted as Govinda, the Supreme Person, all other expansions, such as Ram, Nrsimha, and Varaha, are as potent as the original Lord. All such expanded forms are transcendental in the beginning. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is made clear that the Supreme Truth is eternally uncontaminated by material touch. There is no jugglery of words and activities in the transcendental kingdom of the Lord. All the Lord's forms are transcendental, and such manifestations are ever identical. The particular form of the Lord exhibited to a devotee is not mundane, even though the devotee may retain material desire, nor is it manifest under the influence of material energy, as is foolishly considered by the impersonalists. Impersonalists who consider the transcendental forms of the Lord to be products of the material world are surely destined for hell.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah. All the Lord's forms are transcendental, and such manifestations are ever identical. So they're the same, but they are also simultaneously different. Okay.
Alright, text 5. Oh my Lord, persons who smell the aroma of your lotus feet carried by the air of Vedic sound through the holes of the ears accept your devotional service. For them you are never separated from the lotus of their hearts.
It's wonderful, huh? Oh my Lord, persons who smell the aroma of your lotus feet, of course feet don't usually have a good smell, but the Lord's lotus feet do, carried by the air of Vedic sound, which is what we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, and through the holes of the ears, which is hopefully what you're hearing through, accept your devotional service. For them, you are never separated from the lotus of their hearts. That's really beautiful, huh?
Yeah, nice, poetic, very nice. Purport. For the pure devotee of the Lord, there is nothing beyond the lotus feet of the Lord. And the Lord knows that such devotees do not wish anything more than that. The word too specifically establishes this fact. The Lord also does not wish to be separated from the lotus hearts of those pure devotees. That is the transcendental relationship between the pure devotees and the personality of Godhead. Because the Lord does not wish to separate himself from the hearts of such pure devotees, it is understood that they are specifically dearer than the impersonalists. The relationship of the pure devotees with the Lord develops because of devotional service to the Lord on the authentic basis of Vedic authority. Such pure devotees are not mundane sentimentalists, but are factually realists, because the activities are supported by the Vedic authorities, who have given oral reception to the facts mentioned in the Vedic literatures.
Any thoughts?
Not yet.
The word paraya is very significant. Bhava Bhakti, or spontaneous love of God, is the basis of an intimate relationship with the Lord. This highest stage of relationship with the Lord can be attained simply by hearing about Him, His name, form, quality, etc. From authentic sources like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, recited by pure, unalloyed devotees of the Lord. Well, unfortunately we're not pure, unalloyed devotees of the Lord, but we're trying.
But we're repeating the words of one who is.
Perfect, yes.
So that makes us perfect in that way, if that makes sense. Well, that's a bit controversial, but
You're perfect in every way. And text 6.
oh, right. Oh, my Lord, the people of the world are embarrassed by all material anxieties. They are always afraid. Yeah, like I'm a bit afraid now on this boat. But they always try to protect wealth, body, and friends. They are filled with lamentation and unlawful desires and paraphernalia. And they avariciously base their undertakings on the perishable conceptions of my and mine. As long as they do not take shelter of your safe lotus feet, they are full of such anxieties. So true. Purport. One may ask how one can always think of the Lord in regard to his name, fame, quality, etc., if one is embarrassed by thoughts of family affairs. Everyone in the material world is full of thoughts about how to maintain his family, how to protect his wealth, how to keep pace with friends and relatives, etc. Thus he is always in fear and lamentation, trying to keep up with the status quo. In answer to this question, this verse spoken by Brahma is very appropriate. Yeah, it's because you have one foot in the material world, one in the spiritual world. You know, it's like you want to be a devotee, but at the same time, I need to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah. Okay, purport continues.
All right.
A pure devotee of the Lord never thinks of himself as the proprietor of his home. He surrenders everything unto the supreme control of the Lord, and thus he has no fear for maintaining his family or protecting the interest of his family. Because of this surrender, he no longer has any attraction for wealth. Even if there is attraction for wealth, it is not for sense enjoyment, but for the service of the Lord. A pure devotee may be attracted to accumulating wealth just like an ordinary man, but the difference is that a devotee acquires money for the service of the Lord, whereas the ordinary man acquires money for his sense enjoyment. Thus, the acquisition of wealth by a devotee is not a source of anxieties, as is the case for a worldly man. And because a pure devotee accepts everything in the sense of serving the Lord, the poisonous teeth of accumulation of wealth are extracted. Powerful. Nice purport, Prabhupada. If a snake has its poison removed and bites a man, there is no fatal effect. Similarly, wealth accumulated in the cause of the Lord has no poisonous teeth, and the effect is not fatal. A pure devotee is never entangled in material worldly affairs, even though he may remain in the world like an ordinary man. This is amazing. Nice, wonderful purport. Kind of clearly setting out the distinction between a devotee and a non-devotee, in the sense that they both may do certain things, but one does it purely for the service of the Lord, and therefore, like this as Prabhupada said, the poisonous teeth have been removed. But I guess the danger is, like you said, we've got one foot in one boat and one foot in the other boat, one foot in the spiritual boat, one foot in the material boat, and therefore, you know, we may be thinking, yeah, I hope accumulating wealth is for the service of Krishna, but is it really? Is it for the service of my senses and the service of, you know, my greed, you know, like that? Although we may be trying to Krishnaize it or spiritualize it. And I guess there's a fine line to that also. So, any thoughts?
Yeah, it's true. It's a very thin line, this illusion, and we mustn't take it seriously.
Okay, wow. Whew. That was very serious for not taking it serious. Okay. Can we read one more?
Okay.
Okay.
Right, verse 7. O my Lord, persons who are bereft of the all auspicious performance of chanting and hearing about your transcendental activities are certainly unfortunate, and are also bereft of good sense. They engage in inauspicious activities, enjoying sense gratification for a very little while. Purport. The next question is why people are against such auspicious activities as chanting and hearing the glories and pastimes of the Lord, which can bring total freedom from the cares and anxieties of material existence. The only answer to this question is that they are unfortunate because of supernatural control due to the offensive activities performed simply for the sake of sense gratification. The Lord's pure devotees, however, take compassion upon such unfortunate persons, and in a missionary spirit try to persuade them into the line of devotional service. Only by the grace of pure devotees can such unfortunate men be elevated to the position of transcendental service.
Thoughts?
Yeah, that's so true. Thinking back to when I was first came to the temple, only by the mercy of a devotee. That sounded American, isn't it? Devotee. Only by the mercy of a devotee gained to be in service, and from then that's my life. And it's like it just takes someone to connect you, click you back in place, as it were. You need someone to do that, and they can only do that if they themselves are clicked out of place, as it were, of this material matrix.
Well, clicked into place, since you used that analogy first, is right. So they click you into place like your original place, which is in service of Krishna.
That's what I said, yeah.
And they can only do that if they're clicked in place. Right?
No, as I said, as they're clicked out of place of this material world, because they're out of the click, and they can click you in to the spiritual world.
Click, click, click.
Yeah, someone's gonna get clicky, you know what I
Okay.
mean?
One more or leave it? What do you all want? One more?
Okay, one more.
All right. Text 9. Oh my Lord, the material miseries are without factual existence for the soul.
No, this is text 8.
Post text 8. We're reading text 8?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh dear.
They all look the same.
You need to click in, man.
I'm clicked out of the material matrix. Oh great actor, my Lord. All these poor creatures are constantly perplexed by hunger, thirst, severe cold, secretion and bile, attacked by coughing, winter, blasting, summer, rains and many other disturbing elements, and overwhelmed by strong sex urges and indefatigable anger. I take pity on them. I am very much aggrieved for them. Purport. A pure devotee of the Lord like Brahma and persons in his disciplic succession are always unhappy to see the perplexities of the conditioned souls, who are suffering the onslaughts of the threefold miseries which pertain to the body and mind, to the disturbances of material nature, and to many other such material disadvantages. Not knowing adequate measures for relieving such difficulties, suffering persons sometimes pose themselves as leaders of the people, and the unfortunate followers are put into further disadvantages under such so-called leadership. Sounds like what's happening in the world right now. This morning we hear that leaders are getting up to nonsense, and other leaders are declaring, "Oh, that's a personal issue. It doesn't affect their, external performance." But doesn't it?
It does when you're using my taxes.
That's right. And doesn't it when our personal lives are, clearly affect what we do in our work lives, right? Anyway, this is like a blind man's leading another blind man to fall into a ditch. Therefore, unless the devotees of the Lord take pity on them and teach them the right path, their lives are hopeless failures.
Right.
That means we have to set the right example, though. That's an important thing.
Yeah.
The devotees of the Lord who voluntarily take the responsibility of raising the foolish, materialistic sense enjoyers are as confidential to the Lord as Lord Brahma. Wow. Okay. So, devotees of the Lord are as important to the Lord as Lord Brahma if they're utilizing their lives in this material world to help to raise the others who are lost and conditioned and struggling with the desires, and so many other things. Thoughts?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so on that happy point, we'll finish. Bon voyage.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So have boarded the boat of Krishna's lotus feet, and now we have to cross the
Ocean.
the ocean of sagar of material distress. So we'll see you all later.
See you on the other side.
Thank you for joining us. Haribol.
Anyway.
Grant Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.